Tantor Audio, a division of Recorded Books, presents Mad Jack by Ahren Sanders, narrated by Patrick Zeller and Isabelle Turner. Prologue. 1 month ago. Ford.
Dude, you're being a dud.
I lower my eyes to Addie, who's dancing in place with a full glass of wine. My other sister, Carson, joins in, hip-bumping her and sending the liquid splashing. Try to behave yourselves. This isn't a frat social.
Blah, blah, blah. When did you start acting like Dad?
When you two began acting like fools.
It's a wedding, Ford. A party. Let loose, have fun, and enjoy the union of your best friends.
I'm enjoying myself plenty. I sip my bourbon, scanning the area. Ace and Harley are back on the dance floor, swaying slowly, even though it's an upbeat song. He's staring at her like she's the only wonder of the world, in their own little sphere, blocking out the hundreds of people here to celebrate them. My eyes coast over the dance floor to the high-top table on the edge of the patio, more so to the blonde standing there sipping champagne, watching the crowd. Rowan Ellis, shy, sweet, selfless, and absolutely stunning. Her expression is reflective, sadness haunting her baby blue eyes, completely opposite of the woman who was cheering and laughing uncontrollably an hour ago. That woman was happy and carefree. This woman is retreating into herself. My pulse races, and the familiar burn boils low in my gut. If I could go back in time, I'd kill the motherfucker who hurt her.
You should ask her to dance,
Addie suggests cheerily. I don't dance.
Well then, prance your surly, stubborn ass over and talk to her.
I don't prance either.
Seriously, Ford, go talk to her.
She's with her parents.
So? Go talk to them too. Jesus, it's exhausting dealing with you.
What's that supposed to mean?
You'd have to be blind not to see the heat between Rowan and you.
She just got out of a relationship.
Her relationship ended eons ago, and it was a hoax. That guy was nothing to her.
She told you that? I raise an eyebrow, wondering how much my sisters know.
Yes, she also said, Addie.
Carson cuts her off.
Ford needs to go talk to her himself. We're not doing the work for him.
You don't think it makes me a dick to hit on her after the shit she just went through?
Do you hear yourself? She got through it. Rowan's strong, Ford. She's resilient and brilliant. Some dickwad of nuclear proportions isn't knocking her down.
I know she's strong, Carson, but you didn't see what I saw. She needs time.
Time. Yeah, that's what she needs. You deserve to lose your shot.
Her words sting, hitting close to home.
Enjoy grinding your teeth and sipping your bourbon. I'm relishing in this fabulous reception.
Addie floats off.
Seriously, Ford, look around. Ace and Harley, Major and Jules. Rowan could be your chance for all this.
Carson gestures around us. Don't need all this. Just her.
Finally, he admits it.
She jumps in a circle with her hands waving triumphantly. The movement gets Rowan's attention, her eyes meeting mine. The desolation fades slightly as she gives me a small smile. My gut burns for a different reason. So fucking beautiful.
My work here's done. I'm claiming my victory and leaving the rest to you.
I don't tear my gaze away from Rowan, memorizing the way her eyes sparkle, the way the tip of her tongue darts across her lip before she pulls it between her teeth, the blush creeping up her neck. All of it is tempting and torturous. She has no idea how enticing and incredible she is. A guy steps up beside her, diverting her attention and breaking our trance. Would you like to dance? I make out his words and my blood pressure spikes. Who the hell is this fucker? Talon swoops in, taking her hand and whisking her to the dance floor. She laughs, the melodic sound making its way straight to my chest. "You will not save the day forever." Ace appears at my side, Major flanking the other. My two friends are here for the same reason as my sisters. I can't control who she dances with.
No, but the poor guy works with Harley and has no clue she's taken.
Don't want any bloodshed today. I'm not sure Rowan knows she's taken. Major adds. You two enjoying this?
As much as I like to see you sweat, she will not wait around forever.
She's still healing. They nod, understanding where I'm coming from. Under her green dress, her broken rib is still wrapped. Should have killed him, repeats in my head.
We get it.
If you get it, then you should know I'm giving her time. The last 6 months have been hell on Rowan. My intentions aren't casual or fleeting. I want more from her. Coming on too strong will only push her away.
Take it from experience. Don't delay too long,
says the man who denied his feelings for 12 years. I dip my chin to Ace.
I didn't deny them, just kept them from her.
And today she's your wife. His dark eyes light up in that damn twinkle Talon always catches. Today she's my wife. Talon whirls her around the dance floor, her smile radiating. I want that smile in my life every day. I move to go to her, but my subconscious stops me. I swallow the rest of my liquor, making a deal with myself. Give her a little more time. Because once I make my move, I plan to give Rowan Ellis everything.
1. Rowan. I review the inventory sheet again, noticing the increase in product sales over the last 6 weeks. Is it possible? My financial reports are behind, but after running a few numbers, it's confirmed. We tripled the business. My attention is centered on the paperwork, and I don't react when the bell over the door rings. "Oh, Lord, looks like party time," Shelby, one of my stylists, says, followed by a low catcall. "Of course, it's ladies' night." My stomach drops at the high-pitched reply, and I glance up to see Double Trouble staring back at me. Ginger and Shayla are dressed to impress. "Oh, shit," I murmur, checking the time. "Oh, shit is right. Did you forget?" Shayla arches a perfectly shaped eyebrow. "Yes, she forgot. Look at her," Ginger tisks with disappointment. "Hey," I wave lamely. "Hey? That's all you have to say? You both are beautiful?" While that may be true, your ass is still about to get reamed. I lost track of time. "Shelby, can you fix this?" Shayla calls over her shoulder, spinning her finger my way. "Absolutely. Come on over, boss." I roll my eyes, hating when the staff refers to me as boss. We're more of a little family. With all that's happened in the last few months, I couldn't have survived without them. "I'll grab the wine." Ginger sachets to the break room on insanely high heels. "I have makeup." Shayla follows me to Shelby's chair, rolling my cosmetic bar with her. "What's wrong with my makeup?" "It's bland." I wince at the term. "And I'm all for the sloppy/sophisticated top knot, but let's pluck those pins and let your curls fall." Shelby removes the bobby pins. I momentarily forget about the ambush and enjoy the feeling of her fingers running through my hair. I forgot how good that feels. Shelby smiles at me in the mirror. "It's been a while since you let anyone pamper you." Agreed. If it wasn't the ultimate betrayal, I'd schedule an entire day at the spa for you, Shayla offers. "You should totally schedule a full-body massage with Kirk next week," Shelby suggests with a wink. Ginger rejoins us, balancing a bottle of wine and a handful of glasses. She pours 4 glasses, handing them out, and turns to me. I'd kill for a full-body massage with Kirk. That's because he doesn't work for you. It would be weird to have him rub all over me practically naked. Sounds fun to me. She wiggles her eyebrows. You should make an appointment then. Maybe I will. Close your eyes, Shayla instructs, coming at me with a makeup brush. I sink into the chair, sipping my wine and letting her and Shelby take over. Shelby was right. It has been a while since I've treated myself. There's a sea of salons all over this town. Being known as Music City comes with loads of celebrities, musicians, and highly influential people. I've spent years building Rendezvous up to have a certain reputation, and with my recent financials, it seems to be paying off. Ginger and Shayla keep the conversation bouncing back and forth between their jobs and Jules' upcoming wedding. At the mention of Jules and Major, my mind automatically drifts to Ford. Ford Whitman, the unbelievably gorgeous man who scaled a building to save me from the worst night of my life. A decorated Marine hero who saw me at my worst, twice, and stepped in with a gentleness I didn't know existed. My chest constricts at the image of him, bleeding from the stab wound my dickwad ex got in before they shot him. His beautiful hazel eyes traveling over me to ensure I was okay. The firm jaw always covered with a day's worth of stubble. Stop! Whatever you're thinking about, stop! Shayla pops me on the forehead with the end of a makeup brush. What are you talking about? I ask in my most innocent voice. Your eyes are crinkling and lips twitching. It's messing with my palate. She's thinking. Her eyes always scrunch when she's lost in thought. I crack one eye and glare at Shelby. Nice way to throw me under the bus. She shrugs unapologetically. Truth? Since we're being truthful, let's talk about him, Ginger inserts. Who? Who else? Ford. No one's talking about Ford. Not yet, but it's obvious that is who you were daydreaming about. Why would you assume that? I press my lips together at my squeaky tone. She grins triumphantly, sipping her wine before replying. We mentioned Jules, and you went into La La Land. Jules comes with Major. You can't think of Major without thinking about Ace, Talon, and Ford. Since Ace is married and you have zero interest in Talon, that leaves Ford. That's a far stretch. Is it? Shayla spins my chair to face her. Fess up. We're not stupid. Fine, he flashed through my mind. My guess is he lives rent-free in your mind frequently. I open my eyes fully and nod, admitting softly, you'd be right. When's the last time you saw or spoke to him? The day after Harley's wedding? That was over a month ago. 33 days to be exact, but I keep that to myself. Thank God we stepped in, Ginger stresses. This is ridiculous. What are you talking about? You two have danced around each other for long enough. It's time to step it up. And what does step it up entail? The tightness in my chest is back, with fear of what these women have planned. You know about the 4th of July party this weekend at the club, right? When Ford, Major, Talon, and Ace moved to Nashville to attend the police academy, they moved into Ford's parents' house. The property is more like a mansion on a hill in an upscale, exclusive neighborhood. As the story goes, shortly after joining the force, the other rookies dubbed their home the Casanova Club because each of the guys kept their privacy. The implication was tactless, but when Harley and Jules uncovered the truth, they embraced the name. Harley lived there with Ace for a short time while her house was being built. Now Jules is doing the same with Major. We've all spent a lot of time there. The house isn't exactly the Playboy mansion some believe it to be, but it's still our central party spot. Yes, I know about this weekend. You're coming. It's a statement, not a question. I plan to come after we close the salon. Shayla slices her eyes to Ginger before bringing them back to mine. Ford's into you. Doubtful, he's just a nice guy. She lets out an over-exaggerated sigh, loaded with discontent. Ford Whitman is a fucking badass warrior with a deep, dark history. He's trained in patience and purpose. He's also the only one of them who has 2 sisters. Fortunate or unfortunate, this means he's in tune with the sliver of femininity they instilled in him. I'm not following. What do Carson and Addie have to do with this? Carson and Addie are the reason his ass hasn't been at your door every night, dragging you back to the club to sleep under his roof and in his bed. That's insane and barbaric. Her eyebrow shoots up again. Barbaric? Yes. Insane? No. Need I remind you of Harley and Jules? No need for a reminder. Harley Jacobs has been in love with Achilles Kingston since she was in high school. He felt the same. After a decade in the Marines, he came back to Nashville, and they are now married. Jules and Major Powers didn't have the same history, but their stories are similar. Major took his time, but once he staked his claim, it was lightning fast. Absolutely nothing in common with my attraction to Ford. Those are very different situations from mine. Exactly, and you need to hear why. A part of me wants to argue because whatever she says is probably crap to make me feel better, and the last thing I need is any blooming hope that Ford may be interested. Ford walked in on a man about to rape you after beating you senseless. I was there. The memory slices through my chest. He was also there when you were assaulted in your home after interrupting a robbery. Remember that, too? He's giving you time. His experience with 2 sisters gives him insight. He doesn't want to come on too strong. It's up to you to let him know you're truly all right. I've been all right since they shot 2 rounds in Craig Johns and ensured he was going to prison. Tell him that. Or better yet, show him. Make the first move, Ginger adds merrily. Shayla turns me back to the mirror, and my jaw drops at my reflection. She and Shelby take advantage of my speechlessness, high-fiving over my head. My hair has light beach waves and is glossed to shine bright. I'm a professional cosmetologist, but Shayla's outdone any of my work. You need a job? I only half joke. Maybe someday. Now we need to get you dressed. The blue dress with gold heels, Shayla decides. Isn't that a little dressy for Tom's? It's a sports bar. It's a sports bar crawling with cops and other eligible bachelors who show up for the area's best ladies' night. Time to pop out of his shell, she counters. She has a point, Shelby agrees. Why don't you come with us? Her lips split into a sideways grin. I'd love to. I'll go home and change and meet you there. Perfect, Ginger claps. Tonight is going to be epic, I know it. Time for Ford to see what he's missing. I swallow the rest of my wine in one gulp and hope she's right. Jules, time for a break, Tom bellows. She ignores him, pouring and passing drinks over the bar to the endless crowd of customers. Harley glances over her shoulder, calling out, I can handle it. Jules shakes her head, greeting the next group. After a few minutes, there's movement at my side. Major prowls his way behind the bar. Tom throws an arm out to stop him, scowling. I'll handle her. Keep your ass from behind my bar. He hustles to Jules and takes the bottle out of her hand mid-pour. She whips her face to him, her mouth open, but gets shut down when he bumps her gently out of the way. Here we go, Ginger says. As soon as Jules' hands hit her hips to lay into Tom, Major is on the move, ignoring instructions to stay. He stalks to Jules, sweeps her off her feet, and carries her to the stool next to me. I can't believe you did that! Stop hauling me around! She yells. Sit your ass down and take a break, he demands with a glare that would have me cowering. Her eyes burn bright, her cheeks reddening. Hostility hangs in the air until a server appears, placing a gigantic cheeseburger in front of her. All the irritation dies, and her expression changes. He bends to kiss her sweetly, laying his hand on her stomach.
Time to feed you.
I could eat. She turns to me, grabs a fry, and waves it my way. You look fabulous. Thanks. Is this your doing? She waves another fry at Shayla and Ginger. Absolutely, Shayla answers proudly. I approve, as does the male population in this bar. Only one male we were aiming for, Ginger corrects. My cheeks tingle as I drink my martini. Where is Ford tonight? Jules looks up at Major. He's not working.
He, Talon, and Ace had a thing.
What kind of thing? He quirks an eyebrow and she sighs. Oh, God. Are we really doing this?
We don't back down from a challenge.
What challenge? I ask, grateful the conversation isn't on me.
The band threw down a challenge on who can light the best fireworks show. The club has the 4th of July. Sage has New Year's.
Sage is a local band that rose to stardom years ago. They are famous international rock stars signed by Mike Jacobs with MJ Labels. Mike is Harley's cousin, and she works for the label. Through her, we all met the band and became fast friends. It's an eclectic group of people, some opposites in every way, but it works. Speaking of the band, they'll be here in a few minutes. Can you help bring them in through the back? Jules asks Major.
Good thing Tom roped off this area.
We like to be prepared. She takes a bite out of her burger and groans appreciatively. Major's eyes drop to her mouth, and the air around us takes a new vibe. Sexual tension just ricocheted up the scale. Lucky you're already knocked up, Shayla announces bluntly.
Jesus,
Major rumbles, kissing Jules' forehead.
I'll be back.
He takes a step away, then turns to me, brushing his fingers over my cheek.
You look beautiful tonight, Rowan. It's good to see you out.
My eyes blur at his shadow walking away. I'm not typically a crier, but something about his kindness hits deep. Ace, Talon, Major, and Ford are 4 of the toughest, roughest, strongest men I've ever met. But they have this thoughtful side that is proof of the amazing men they are. Bevnap, stat! I can't have raccoon streaks ruining my work. Shayla pats my cheek with a napkin, absorbing the tears that leaked. My vision clears, and Jules is watching me with the compassion I've grown to understand from her. She's worried. I'm okay. He took me off guard. He does that. Sneak attacks of sweetness. Give a girl warning next time. The bar noise goes down as Harley passes. Heads up, they're here. It never gets old watching the famous crew enter. Declan and his wife Raven, Blake and his wife Charlie, Nate, Cooper, and Declan's sisters with their husbands come around the backside of the bar and into our reserved area. It's showtime, Shayla whispers eagerly. My heart skips when I see Talon, Ace, and Ford behind them. They may be casually strolling, but the mood is easy to read. They are protectors, making sure the band gets their privacy. Ford's eyes meet mine and hold me hostage. His striking hazel depths stare straight through me. I'm going to the restroom. My nerves suddenly kick into overdrive. You want me to come with? Ginger offers. No, I'm okay. Just need a breather. She studies me, her face softening. Look in the mirror and know how amazing you are. The hair, the makeup, the clothes. It's nothing compared to the soul of the woman staring back. Thank you. I squeeze her hand and grab my clutch. It takes a few minutes to navigate through the crowd, and I get stopped twice by men asking to buy me a drink. The restroom is empty, and I welcome the space to get my head straight. It's just a guy, my subconscious tells me. A guy who is your friend. But it's not just a guy. It's a man who is so much more. Don't be a coward. Don't be a coward, I repeat the mantra, washing my hands and taking another glance in the mirror. You have this. My newfound confidence wavers when I open the door to find Ford leaning against the opposite wall. Hey! He straightens, stepping forward and towering over me.
You okay?
Yes, why?
Thought I saw you being hassled.
Hassled?
Those guys in the bar, say the word and they're gone.
They offered to buy me a drink. His gaze takes on a scary glint, his jaw tightening.
They're out.
No, really, it's okay. It was flattering. His expression is unreadable. I muster up the courage, take a deep breath, and lay a hand on his chest. His eyes drop to my hand and back to me. I've been meaning to thank you, Ford.
Thank me for what?
You got stabbed saving me. I hate it happened.
It was nothing. Part of the job.
Ouch, that stings. I swallow again, my courage draining fast. The 2 martinis kick in, daring me to take advantage of this moment. I tip up on my toes and whisper, "Thank you, Ford." Then press my lips to his. He's stone still for a split second before his hands sift through my hair, slanting my head and slipping his tongue inside my mouth. The instant our tongues touch, a ripple of heat and electricity races through my veins, lighting me up inside. I clutch his shirt, opening wider to give him access and control. He kisses me roughly, his lips and tongue moving greedily with mine, the taste of beer filling my mouth and igniting a new high. I moan softly and tighten my hold to remain standing. In a flash, I'm against the wall, struggling to stand. Unlike earlier, his expression isn't unreadable. It's horrified and repulsed. Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. Please, God, don't let this happen.
Fuck, Rowan. What was that?
I'm sorry. The stammer comes out hoarse and raspy, my throat closing as humiliation washes over me.
Why would you do that shit? You think I'm no better than those assholes hitting on you?
Shayla and Ginger were wrong on so many levels. Letting him know I'm all right and making the first move. Oh my God. I didn't only make a mistake. I made a colossal mistake that will haunt me for the rest of my life. He stares at me with such rejection, my heart crumbles. His gaze turns sympathetic, and I know my emotions won't withstand whatever he is thinking. A group of women pour into the hallway, grabbing his attention. My feet work on their own, rushing through them as they line up for the restroom. I don't dare peer back, racing toward the door, almost crying in relief when Shelby walks in. She takes one look at me and goes on alert. What's wrong? Please get me out of here. I don't feel well. She doesn't ask another question, linking her elbow through mine and ushering me out. Tears of shame and mortification leak out of the corners of my eyes. Epic. Ginger's words from earlier ring in my head. Epic is right. Epic disaster.
2. Ford. The main room darkens 6 seconds before the light in the back room flickers on. Exactly 6 seconds. Just like every night since her kidnapping 6 weeks ago. I was in that room once, the day she went missing. At the time, it was nothing but extra storage for her salon. When Rowan decided against moving back to her house and elected to stay in the studio, I assumed she made this her bedroom and abandoned the Murphy bed in the primary space. But my instinct tells me this is not her bedroom. Once that light turns on, it doesn't go off until the first sign of daylight. This means she's a hell of a deep sleeper, or she's not sleeping at all. Which leaves me with more questions. I checked the app on my phone, confirming again that her alarm is armed, and settle in my truck, staring up at the window. My mind drifts to 2 nights ago. Be warned, brother. Major slaps my shoulder and the back door to Tom's. Mark my words. You don't make a move, someone will. Save us all the hassle of a bar brawl and make tonight your night. I braced, knowing Rowan.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?